what is my plan going forward? Well, as you said, we did health, we did wealth, and I believe we have a very good relationship with the people who really matter to me. So I can now show people how to create wisdom in their life. So take a step back. You want to learn health today. You can go to medical school, you can go to nursing school, you can go to some clinics, and they can teach you health all day long. You want to learn wealth today, you can go to university, you can go to Harvard, you can go to those courses, and they show you how to make money. You want to learn wisdom, you can go to temple, churches, any religious places, or any other areas where they can say, how do you control your mind and how do you become happy? But guess what? As of today, I do not know a single place which can teach all three items under one roof. And that's my vision. That has been my vision from a very, very early young age. That I want to create a physical university. Mind you, I'm not just saying, let's just go ahead and teach all this stuff on a book or this or one-on-one talking. I'm really talking about creating a large physical place where people have to enroll. So what is that vision? Well, somewhere around here, we're going to buy probably 100, 200, 300 acres of land. And we are going to completely fence it. And I'll tell you why. People will actually be just like you go and enroll at Harvard, you'll have to actually enroll in Health, Wealth and Wisdom University. And we can call it HWW University. Or we can call anything Purpose of Life University, whatever name we come up with. Now people have to enroll. I also believe that all these three things cannot go simultaneously. It has to go in sequence. So first a person shows up at that university, we are going to make sure that he's healthy. If he's overweight, over the past 25 years I've been practicing, I found a method by which we can control the weight. We can work on their obesity. Obesity is one of the largest problems in the United States right now. If we can cure that, or at least control that, we already brought a lot of happiness to a lot of people. And I think we have an ability now, because of what I've done in the past 25, 30 years, if the person comes under a closed fence environment, and if we control their food and create other activities, I'm almost certain that we'll be able to help almost all, if not everybody, to lose weight. Then being a physician, we'll set up a clinic, we'll set up a small hospital. If somebody has a diabetes, somebody has high blood pressure, all of those things we'll control. So we'll first get this person fully healthy. And now once the person is healthy, now we'll say, let us talk about your wealth, how to create wealth for you. Now, we all know, not everybody is designed to do business. Some people are designed to work for somebody. Some people are designed to make other people work for them or with them. And some people are just professionals, that they will just open their own shop and they will do whatever they are supposed to do because of the credentials they have achieved from the education they have received. So we have developed a program by which we can take an individual who is now healthy to put him into one of these blocks. And we're going to let that person know that you either are designed to work for somebody, or you can do a particular profession and you can be a professional, or you can be an entrepreneur. Now what? So now we have told the person where he belongs. So let's take each step and see how we're going to help each person. So let's take the person who is designed to work for somebody. Let's just take, for example, from aptitude test and whatever test we have developed, and is available outside too, that the person has an inclination to become a welder. What we can do at that point, we go to all these states in the United States and say, what are your needs for a profession? Some people say we need welders. Some people will say we need contractors. Some people will say we'll need a car mechanic. So we take their projections over the next couple of years and we create a specific program which will last for a few months. Rather than putting the person through 5 years of school, here we just give them whatever months that is required to become a welder. And now we supply that welder to the state who is looking for this individual. So we are now going to tailor make jobs for the jobs which are out there. And this will continue to change. Guess what? States wouldn't mind funding some of it because they are also going to get a qualified individual. And I think the whole program can be self-sustaining on its own. Now let's talk about somebody who's professional. Say wants to become a doctor, a lawyer, or welding is also a profession, but I'm talking about a highly intense educational profession. Well, if they have aptitude, there are lots of programs out there. It is only plug and play for us. You can get student loans, you can do all this stuff. We just facilitate that. It's just part of this university. So it's not much to do there. If you want to become a professional in this country, it's not that difficult. You just to find a way to finance your education, and lo and behold, you are there. The bigger issue is, are you truly designed to be a professional? And that's what our aptitude test will determine. Now let's talk about entrepreneur. It's very easy. Once we decide that somebody has a tendency to become an entrepreneur, then we will get everybody who is a master in that field. Let's say somebody has money and wants to be a hotelier. Then I know a few good hoteliers. So I'll just bring the person as a mentor, and we'll come up with a structure that the mentor will guide this particular individual to acquire, build, run a hotel. And the mentor gets certain percentages of the profit after everything that the student has invested has come back. Maybe it's 5%, maybe it's 10%. So mentor has initiative to help somebody, and the student now has an expert guidance, because running an entrepreneurship is what? Most of the success of an entrepreneur comes in not doing the wrong things. And that's what an executive who is experienced is going to train the student what not to do to be successful in entrepreneurship. So that's the wealth part. So everybody who comes out of health will fit into one of these three programs. Now we have fixed their problem for their life of how they are going to make their earnings. Next comes is the wisdom. It's a whole different discussion. But as I have discussed before, if we can develop a program where we figure out for the individual who is now healthy, on the path of wealthy, not to have conflicts with the most important people in their lives, then I think we got a complete solution here. And some of my rules, as we just discussed, the rule of surrender, the rule of non-expectations, those rules which are basically somebody getting together with this individual and constantly remind this individual that he cannot let a relationship go sour based on emotional instincts. And since we've been able to do it, we can do it on a mass basis too. So I think when we create this individual who has accomplished all these three items, then we give him a certificate. No different than what Harvard gives you a business degree. We say, you now achieved the degree of life. And that's my vision, that I really would like to create a group of people who will create a university which will give people the gift of life, the degree of life, the purpose of life. And that has been driving me since very early teenager. The last piece I want to address is, well, where is the money going to come from to do all these things? And I have a full business plan for that too. Mind you, we are not going to ask for money from anybody. People can donate if they want to, but the program has been designed such a way that after the initial contribution, which by God's desire, we should be able to make that. And once that initial contribution is done, then it is a self-sustaining program. The entrepreneur that just charged 10%, half of that may come to the university. The professional things that we just talked about, some of the money that goes to them comes to the university. The vocational guidance program that we give it to the states may pay us to create these jobs. Health is very simple. People may have insurance, that most of that would be covered. And listen, losing weight is not that difficult of a task. It can be done with very little money. We have done it many times. We just now need to do it in a most proper fashion. Controlling the food and making people aware of activities is the answer. And last part is the wisdom part, which is basically changing person's attitude towards life, attitude towards people. That doesn't need a lot of money. So I think financially we should be okay. So I invite you, I challenge you, if you like this idea, to get in touch with me and help me create this university sooner than later.